What's up, coders? Welcome to the Learn by Doing coding series, where we're going to teach you the fundamentals of programming using bite-sized lessons. So if you're a beginner and you feel that you've never coded before, this is the right place to be, because we're going to kind of baby step you through the process so you can kind of learn how to code and get the fundamentals of Python underneath you. If you're an expert, get out of here. You're no good here. So one of the things is that we are big believers in hands-on learning. So at the end of each lesson, it's going to be accompanied with exercises that we want you to complete before you move on. So just as a short introduction to who I am, my name is AJ Chan. I teach at Popcorn Robot and UCLA. Before that, I worked as a software consultant in the field for about 15 years. Some of my clients are like Honda, the car company, Fox, before they became Fox, and Allergan, the pharmaceutical company. But that's enough about me. Let's go talk about what we're going to learn today in Python. So I was talking to this girl, and she was telling me that she spent 2 hours every day massaging her data on her Excel sheet. And that astounded me, because if you think about it, if she got paid $80,000 a year, that means her employer was paying her $20,000 a year just to fiddle with data. So let's imagine that you walked in, and you know how to code, of course, and you're all like, man, you know, I can actually write a script that can solve all these problems. And so that every day she can just wake up and run the script, and the data is going to look in a line just the way you want it. That would save the employer $20,000 a year. Once you do this, just imagine what you look like to that employer. You would look like Maximus returning to Rome in Gladiator. And so that's why coders are so powerful. When you understand how to code, you can start to leverage technology in a way that is out of reach for most people. So you learn how to code, and that's going to put you in the upper echelon of society, because so few people know how to do it, and so few people know how to do it well. So what I want you to do is click on the link in the description below, and then you're going to have to create a free account, but don't worry, it's free. I don't ask for your credit card or anything. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you access to these lessons, which are going to give you exercise problems with each accompanying lecture. So why don't you pause the video and do that right now. When it comes to coding, there are basically 4 lines of code. There's a statement, the variable, conditions, and loops. Today we're going to work on the statement. So the way it works is that, you know, a lot of people use Word to edit their documents, or Excel to do their data analytics. Coders use IDEs, and that's our way of editing code. So what I want you to do now is I want you to go and click on this link here for Replit and create an account. If you don't have an account, I want you to, again, pause the video right now, and I'm going to show you how to get started. So go click on the link, create an account, and then meet me on this Replit page. All right, welcome back. If you made an account, your page should look something like this. What we're going to do is we're going to create a REPL. That's just the name of the Replit. Anyways, so click on this Create REPL button on the top left. Then what we're going to do is we're going to select Python in the drop down. Don't worry about the title. The title is auto-generated, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you're going to click Create REPL. Okay, so just to repeat one more time. Create REPL, the button, Python, ignore the title, then click on the Create REPL button. What that's going to do, that's going to open up your IDE. Okay? All right, so let's look at this. Right now, we have 3 panels, but I'll tell you what, we only need 2. So what we're going to do is, okay, you see this little panel here? You can use your mouse cursor to move it, and we're gonna slide it to closed. You do that, and now we have 2 panels. Basically, I've increased the efficiency of your page by 33%. It's awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this line of code right here, and we are gonna paste it into the main.py panel. So how does this work? Main.py, that's where you are gonna be writing your code. When you finish writing your code, what you're gonna do is you can click on this green run button. And then whatever happens to basically what your code instructs your computer to do, it's going to be shown and displayed in the console window. So main.py is where the code is. Click on the run button, it's gonna execute it, and then the results will be in the console window. So the way you want to think about this is kind of like, on your phone when you're clicking on the Instagram app. That's what that run button is doing. That's opening up the app. And the console is just the most simple app that we can create. So we're going to do that right now. We wrote the first line of code, print hello world, and then we're going to run it. And that's going to show us text hello world. So this is going to be our way of printing messages to the app. So what happens is that the first thing we got to do in order to start coding is we got to get our app to be able to communicate to us. We can get it to communicate to us, and we can tell what is a problem and what is going on. So we need to first train it how to talk, and that's what the print statement does. Okay? All right. So how does this work? What is this? Okay. All right. How does this work? Inside the parentheses, there is this apostrophe and then single quotes or end quotes. What it is that what I'm highlighting here, hello world, that is called a string. And what that is just representative of text. So anytime you want to print some message using text, you can you wrap it around with quotation marks or single quote, whichever one you want to do. So right now, let's go change it to this. And if you notice, it will run just the same. So whether it's single quotes or double quotes, it will work effectively the same way. Not all languages work like that, but just for Python, just know that, okay? All right, so now it comes to question this. How do we add another line underneath that? So if we would do print hello and run it again, my question for you is, what do you think is going to show up in this console window? So go ahead and give me a guess right now. All right, ready? Boom. Were you right? Hope so. All right, so why don't you go and do this on your Replit, and we will get back to you. Little trick before we leave you with the rest of the lesson. So one of the things you want to do as a coder oftentimes is that when you're dealing with your code, sometimes you want to keep it for posterity, but you don't want to keep running it. So what you can do is called commenting the code. So what you do is you highlight whatever code you want to comment or remove from being run, and you press, if you're on a Mac, you press Command question mark, or if you're on Windows, you press Control question mark. So when you highlight that code that you want to comment, you don't even have to highlight it completely. You can use that to toggle the comments. So this is commented, not commented. So let's go take a look at how that works. So let's say we comment the first line of code. What do you think is going to print out? Okay, let's see if you're right. And as you can see, now that we commented, hello world will not show up anymore. So now what I want to do is go back to the lesson and complete this stuff. And when you're done with that, I'll see you next lesson.